Hey, what's happening guys? How you doing? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, which let's be honest, you probably are, why not join the club and subscribe? So, you probably know what's going on, you read the title. And yes, I'm making my first video game from scratch. You know, as for the engine, I decided to go with Unity because I had some previous experience, like not a lot, just adding some audio in some university projects, but that's kinda it. You know, as this is my first attempt at making a proper full video game from scratch, I decided to keep it small, realistic. I don't want this to be, this AAA game or anything like that. This way, I might have a chance to actually finish it one day. I was inspired by this older game called Icy Tower, where the player is trying to basically jump as high as possible in this tower to get a high score. So I want to do something similar, but with an actual ending to it. However, after making the first prototype of the game, I had realized that there were just way more things that I wanted to add and change compared to the original. I just kept coming up with new game mechanics and new ideas that I wanted to implement to make it more enjoyable for the player. So the game quickly expanded, and at this point I don't fully know what I want it to be, as there are just so many ideas that I want to implement. And time-wise, I've probably spent like 10 months on it already, on and off. Having a full-time job means that I can only spend a couple hours a week working on it. Sometimes less, sometimes more, depends. And like I said, it's just me working on it at the moment, and I want to create all the assets myself from scratch, such as music, game animation, 2D animation, sound effects, stuff like that. And obviously being pretty inexperienced with making video games means that I have to heavily rely on different tutorials on YouTube and stuff like that. So huge thanks to the community. But still, my goal is to finish the game, maybe even by the end of this year, who knows, and then release it on Steam. And after that just keep on making more games in the future. Well anyway, this is the first video in this new Devlog series that I'll be doing on this channel, where I'll be documenting this game's development progress. So if that's something that interests you or you want to follow the development process, you can subscribe for more. And if there's any tips or advice you've got, you can always leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to see what you've got to say. And just a quick side note guys, I know I've been gone for a while, but I do actually have another YouTube channel where I post more often. If you're into music or music related stuff, you might be interested in it, so I'll leave a link below if you wanna check it out, that'd be great. And yeah, I think that'll be it for now. As this is the first video in the series, I want to keep it rather short. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos in the future guys. Cheers!